Okay, lesson 2.7 is the last lesson of our chapter, and it's very similar to what we did in lesson 2.6. If you notice, the name of this lesson is true or false, not equations, but how do you read that word? Say again. Inequalities. Inequalities. So equations are when you have, I hear talking, which means people aren't paying attention. An equation is when I have two expressions, like what we worked with. We sometimes had two expressions on either side of the equal sign, and both had to equal the same thing. An inequality is a little different. We're going to look at the definition of an inequality. So if you flip your page over, and you're looking at page 102, it says, why is this so blurry? It says an inequality is a mathematical sentence. I think math is cool because we can have sentences in math and they don't usually use words. An inequality is a mathematical sentence that compares expressions. So an equation has an equal sign that shows the equality, that two expressions are equal, but an inequality is a mathematical sentence that compares. What symbols do I use to compare things in math? Caden.
Greater than, less than, and equal to.
Yep, greater than and less than, okay? Sometimes equal to, but if I have an equal sign, that means it's an equation, not an inequality. So I'm looking at these two symbols, and it's showing you that I have this symbol means less than, and this symbol means greater than. Do y'all know how I remember less than, which way it is?
I know.
What do you do, Jeb?
The mouth is always eating the bigger number.
Okay, kinda. But how do you know that this specific symbol means less than, Jeb?
Because the amount's open a bigger number and then it's smaller.
Okay, yes, but this is a greater than symbol. So how come, yes, like how come I know that this is how come I wouldn't say 4 is greater than 2 in this problem? How come I read 2 is less than 4? I read left to right, and here's how I remember all ways to set up my inequality correctly. A less than symbol kind of looks like an L. If you look at this, it's like a lazy L that fell over. L for less, okay? This one over here is a backwards L, okay? That is a greater than symbol. So less than looks like a lazy L that fell over. It's sleepy, okay? That's less than. So if I just put symbols up without numbers, you should know which one is less than and greater than without any numbers, okay? The less than symbol looks like a L that fell asleep, okay? Fell over. All right, looking at what we're doing today. Your practice page, we're going to get there tomorrow because we're not going to have enough time to finish today. We're going to start today, finish tomorrow. We're going to tell whether the inequality is true or false for the given value of the variable. Y'all, we solved this almost the exact same way that we did in lesson 2.6. The only difference is that I don't have an equal sign. I have a comparison symbol, okay? An inequality symbol. I'm looking at less than or greater than. So I'm going to solve this the same way. I'm going to start by, and we can just replace the variable with the value. We're going to take what we know to be true of b. If b is 10, 10 plus 2 is less than 11. I'm going to start by writing the inequality that I have, which is this right here. And I'm basically just replacing the b with what b equals. Okay? Everybody with me so far?
Yes.
Okay, the next step that I want you to do is to actually solve it. So I have to solve the expression 10 plus 2, which is 12. And what I'm left with is 12 is less than 11. Is that true? No, that is not true. So I put a slash through it to show that 12 is not less than 11, and I write false. Okay, looking at number 2. I'm told that d equals 27, so I'm going to plug in 27 where d is, minus 8 is greater than 17. Now I'm going to solve. 27 minus 8 is 19. And what it tells me now is that 19 is greater than 17. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes, so we write true. Okay, let's jump down to number 3. This one has multiple things. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, 4. Look at 4 because I want to look at a fraction. So this one says 5 is less than y over 5. So that means 35 over 5. Now, what does a fraction mean again? What operation? It means divide. So what that actually means is that 5 is less than whatever 35 divided by 5 is, which is 7. And is that true or false? Okay, with your tables, go ahead and do 3, 5, and 6 together, and then we'll check them. Be sure you have 2 steps on every problem in your book. I want you to have it exactly how I'm teaching you to solve it so that you have correct examples in your book. Copy the expression, solve the expression, then write your answer. Class, class?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I am unfreezing the screen so that you can see all of the work for 3, 5, and 6. Number 3, you should have false, and you should also have this red step and this blue step that I have on my screen. If I have it, you have it. Number 5 should be true. If I replace H with 14, oh, if we're having side conversations, I don't think we're paying attention. Y'all please respect each other. Don't talk when I'm trying to explain, okay? That way everybody can hear and understands. Okay, so I'm going to replace that H with 14 because it tells me that H equals 14. So then I solve it. 21 plus 14 is 35. It is greater than 33, so number 5 is true. Number 6, I'm going to replace the M with 6 since M equals 6. And then I solve it. 54 divided by 6 is 9, which it says is greater than 10, but that is not true. So I draw that slash and I write false. Okay, how do we feel so far?
Good.
Y'all ready to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on down. Same things that we're doing, except for you're going to notice we're going to start to add in more operations. So you have to remember PEMDAS. You have to remember order of operations, okay? So looking at number 7 and 8, those are just one-step inequalities. But looking at number 9, which is where number 9 is 2. Number 10. So let's look at C. Number 11 with letter C in it. Okay, number 11 says C over 4. What does that mean? It means divided by. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my inequality. I'm going to do 20 divided by 4 less than 9 minus 3. It's 2 steps. I've got 2 different expressions that I have to solve on either side. So I've got one expression on the left side of my inequality sign and then one expression on the right side. So I'm going to solve both of those. 20 divided by 4 is 5. And then 9 minus 3 is 6. Is this true? Yes. If I'm writing, you're writing. If I'm writing, you're writing. Okay, number 12. This one says 11 times 5 is greater than, now I can see that y equals 33. 33 plus 24. So I'm going to solve each expression on either side of the inequality sign. 11 times 5 is 55. Greater than 57. Is that true? No. Draw a slash through it and write false. Okay. You and your table, I want you guys to do 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, and 14. And then we're going to check it. Okay, here are the answers up on the board so that you can check. Number 7 and 8. Number 7, I plug in 9 where K is. And 9 times 8 is 72, which is not less than 70. So number 7 is false. Number 8, I replace A with 18. So 37 minus 18 is 19, which is not less than 12. So number 8 is also false. Number 9, is 9 one that you did? Yes, right? Okay. Number 9, I have 46 is greater than. G is 25, so 25 plus 17, I solved that. That equals 42. 46 is greater than 42, so number 9 is true. Number 10 says 63 is less than 9 times Q. Well, if I replace Q with 7, 9 times 7 is 63, and 63 is not less than 63, so it is false. Now, if I were doing equations, it would be equal to, but that says 63 is less than 63, and that is not true. So be careful. Don't let that trick you. Number 13, 12 times B. If B is 9, then 12 times 9 is 108. It says that should be less than 100. That is false. And then number 14, 24 over M. M equals 4, so that really means 24 divided by 4. That equals 6. And then 13 minus 9 is 4. 6 is greater than 4, so number 14 should be true. How are we doing so far?
Awesome.
The process makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at number 15. It says, without evaluating, explain. So without evaluating, what does evaluating mean?
Solving the problem.
Solving, without solving it. Explain how you can tell whether the inequality is true or false if P equals 35. Without solving it, how would you know that it's true or false if P is 35? Okay, how would you explain? Jack, how would you explain that?
Because 27 is bigger, 28 is bigger than 27, and 34 is less than 35.
So if I'm having to put 35 here where P is, then I have two numbers on this side of my inequality sign that are both bigger than the numbers over here. So would it make sense for that to be less than?
No.
No, because if I add two smaller numbers together, I'm going to have a smaller total, right, than if I were to add two larger numbers together. So we would say here, let me change my color here. Explain how I can tell whether the inequality is true or false. Since 35 and 28 are both greater than 34 and 27, the sum will be greater. If both of my add-ins, the things that I'm adding together, the numbers that are being added together, those are called add-ins. If both of my add-ins are greater than the other two add-ins, that means the sum will also be greater. So I would know that this would be false, just based on that. Okay, once you get that copy down, we are going to stop there for today, and we're going to finish tomorrow. So close your book, put it back on the shelf, and pack up your things. Okay, so we left off on number 15. We talked about how you can look at this without even solving it to determine which side will be greater. Now we're looking at number 16, and it tells us that it wants us to select all of the inequalities that are true if B equals 5. So that means I need to replace, and that means I also have to solve all of these, because I got to figure out which ones are true and which ones are false. So all I need you to do is just fill in. You're going to rewrite it and replace the B with a 5 and then solve it. So if we did A together, 5 times 5 is 25, which is less than 20. Is that true or false? That is false. I only want to select statements that are true. So I'm not going to circle A as an answer choice. Okay. If I look at B, same thing. I'm going to do 4 is greater than, replace B with 5, minus 3. Then I solve. 4 is greater than, what's 5 minus 3?
2.
Is that true?
Yes.
Yes. So we're going to shade in B. Okay, I want the teal table to do C. Peach table, teal and peach actually. Teal and peach, y'all are going to do C. Purple, you're going to work D. Yellow, you're going to work E, and blue, you're going to work F, and then you're going to share what answer you got, okay? So y'all work together to finish that one problem. All right, letter C, that was my min and peach groups. Okay, so what is my first step going to look like, my red step? Jason, tell me what to write.
16 minus 5 is greater than 3.
Less than
Less than 3 plus 5.
3 plus, Okay, now, somebody from the peach table, what does my blue step look like?
What?
What is my blue step, my second step? What do I write?
7 plus 3 equals 10.
Okay, what else do I write, though?
11. And then you write the thing.
What is the thing?
The greater than.
Oh, is it
The less than.
less than? Remember, it's like an L that fell over, L for less. 11 is less than 10. Is that true or false, mint and peach? False, so I do not color it in. Okay, purple table. What do I write for red? My red step, Fala.
You write 13 plus 5.
Uh-oh, I hope we're all paying attention, listening, not talking, and we're all writing, because right now you're completing whatever you did not complete. So if you did not do D, you're writing with me right now to have D done. Okay, 13 plus,
13 plus 5
got it.
is greater than 7 times 2.
Okay, Jeb, what do I write next?
I wrote like 13. I underlined 13 in B, then I rewrote the problem. And then you do 7 times 2
Which
and rewrite
is-
that, which is 14.
Okay.
And you get the answer on 13.
Hold on just a second. So what's 13 plus 5? Tell me what my second step should show.
18. And then you do the greater than.
Greater than sign. Okay, and then London, did y'all decide that this is true or false?
True.
It is true. Okay, so we're going to shade in D. Great job, purple table. Okay, moving over to letter E, yellow table. If I'm writing, you're writing. You should have every red and blue step copied on your paper. Every red and blue step copied on your paper. Okay, yellow table. Tell me what to write first. What's my first step?
5 divided by 5
Good. Is
is 7.
less than
Less than
8. Okay, what's the next step that I write? What's my second step?
you write 7 is less than 8.
Very good. And is that true or false? Good. So I'm going to color that one in. Okay, so far I have B, D, and E. Okay, moving to the blue table. What do I write for my first step? If I'm just replacing B, what's it going to look like?
14 plus 26 is greater than 8 times 5.
Okay, what's my next step going to look like? And you should be writing this. If you don't have it, you're writing letter F right now.
5 is 40.
Good.
And then 14 plus 26 is 40.
And what's this sign say? Greater than or less than? Greater than. Is 40 greater than 40?
No.
No, they're equal, so it's not true. Very good. Great job, guys. Okay, moving right along. Looking at the last page of our notes today. This says that the members of a 4x100 meter relay team have a goal for team members 3 and 4 to complete their legs of the race in less time than team members 1 and 2. The inequality 13 plus 5 is greater than 14 plus T represents this situation. Can team member 4 take 12 seconds to complete their leg of the race and meet the team's goal? Okay, so my question is asking me, can team member 4 take 12 seconds to complete their leg of the race and meet the team's goal? What is the team's goal again?
12 seconds.
The goal is up here. Team members 3 and 4 to complete their legs of the race in less time than team members 1 and 2. Okay, so what do we know to be true of 3 and 4? We are looking over here at 3 and 4. We don't know the time for person number 4.
They're probably the fastest.
But we do know that the goal is that these two people here finish in less time than these two people here. So what is the total that these two people have? 28. Okay. So then 28 has to be greater than whatever 14 plus team member 4 makes. So it's saying, can team member 4 take 12 seconds?
Yes.
Because if I do 14 plus 12, that's going to equal 26. And so would this number here be greater than this number? And remember, our goal is for team members 3 and 4 to complete their leg in less time. It's 26 seconds less than 28. Yeah. So is this going to be an accurate, can team member 4 take 12 seconds? Yes or no? Yes. See how we broke that down? We went back, reread different parts of that question and that problem multiple times. Okay, last part, you hike 4 miles today. You have a goal to hike more than 12 miles today and tomorrow combined. Which inequality represents this situation? Can you hike 7 miles tomorrow and reach your goal? First of all, how many questions do you see? 2. Wait, what? I have which inequality represents a situation. And then I also have, can you hike 7 miles tomorrow and reach your goal? So I have 2 different questions I have to answer. Okay. Now, what do I know? I know that I hike 4 miles today, and I have a goal to hike more than 12 miles today and tomorrow. Well, I've already hiked 4 today. And my goal is that I'm going to hike more than 12 miles today and tomorrow. So, which one of these would represent that? Okay, purple table, what do y'all think?
12 is less than 4 plus n.
Why do you think this is my answer?
Because if you want to make a combined goal of more than 12 miles, you're going to have to add, not subtract.
Yes, see this word right here that he mentioned, combined? That means I'm adding together. So I'm looking for one that has an addition symbol. So I'm going to take the 4 miles that I've already run today plus mystery number, but I want it to be more than 12. Okay? Now, can I hike 7 miles tomorrow and reach my goal?
No.
7 plus 4 is only what? 11. 11 is not. So if I were to plug this in, oops, that is the wrong writing utensil. Okay, if I were to plug that in, 4 plus 7, 12 is not less than 11. So then that would not work. Okay. All right. Question. Okay, so no would be my answer. Yes. Answer it. Okay. Any questions?
Are we done?
We're done.